Hi, and welcome to Tarot Time. Welcome to the Medium channel, whether you're here live or as a video. We're going to start in a few minutes. We're going to explain this morning, or whatever time you're watching, why maybe that you've been feeling a lot of energy and a lot of changes the last 2 days. And if your sleep patterns have been interrupted, or if you've been feeling new energies or really like crazy emotions all over the place, there's a reason for that. And we're going to dive into that, talk about the meditation card for the week. We do a 3-card spread that'll tap into things that we need to know on a personal level as well as on a community and a global level. And I have other divination tools. So I'm going to say some hellos, and this is also kind of our community hangout that we do every Sunday. So if you are live and you want to interact in the comment stream, say hi, share your opinions and views. I'll as I'm working, I'll try to keep an eye on things, but it takes a lot of people a couple of minutes to get their notification. I'm going to say a few quick hellos and then dive on in after I drink a little water. The water has been drank. Okay, well, we already have an active comment stream. Hi, Colleen, Millie. Hi, Chris and Christina. Good morning. Hi, Jody. And who else? Rose C. Welcome, welcome. And Blindly Inspired. Welcome. And anybody else that I'm missing? Well, hi, Linda. Hi, Michael. And hi, MDR. And Manic Mama. So if anybody else that I'm missing, I apologize for that. Sleep when I woke up. So this is, I heard somebody moan. Yeah, spirit activity is very high. Absolutely. So you may be feeling that also. And all right, so let me grab a little more water and let's dive on in. And of course, on a Sunday morning, the age-old question: are we coffee, tea, or caffeine free? Well, I had my tea earlier. I'm drinking my water now. And what's the weather like? It's crisp, it's cold, it's mostly sunny here in the Catskills. Hi, Bonnie. Welcome. Bonnie Owen. Welcome, welcome. So anyhow, so where do we begin? It's a crazy world. That's where we'll begin. Crazy times, but it's all part of a process. We are in the awakening. This is what we've been calling for a while the Great Purge, according to the master teachers, who are the group of guides or energies that work with me in my channeling work and my energy work. Have been saying basically into early 2024, we're going to be into the Great Purge. You know, as I'm talking, they're saying they want me to call it more like the refinement than the purge, to refine our energy fields and to scour out things that have been stuck in our energetic patterns, both individually as well as collectively, as well as in the earth consciousness herself. We want to purge that out. There's thousands of years of stuck energy, karma that is built up, and it affects the flows of energies that go through us. It's kind of like stuck in cog patterns that have existed for a while. They're kind of in my mind show me like little shapes that obstruct the natural flow of chi and prana through us, and it's basically built up over time. So what these new energies that just started really about 48 to 72 hours ago. So starting not yesterday morning, but Friday morning or even Thursday morning, if you woke up feeling really different and things have felt different and your sleep patterns have been crazy, or you haven't, you've been waking up or waking up at odd hours or having a hard time sleeping. I know this has been ongoing for a while for a lot of people, but it's reaching a new level. What they're saying is there's an ultra high frequency, a new one that's affecting the earth, and it's really seeking to go deeper and to dislodge things that have been stuck in our energy fields for lifetimes, for millennia, really. And it's clearing all this old karma, all this old energy from the Piscean age from the Aryan age, where there's a lot of bloodshed, a lot of atrocities, and as it's clearing and it's purging, it's almost like, what's the right word? Sort of revisiting in a way, and yeah, that's one of the reasons that the wars and the conflicts have really been building up lately. So it's an energetic field that we're feeling. So I don't know. So Rose saying she's been emotional all week. Yeah, all week sleep issues. So maybe it started a little bit before what I'm saying then, because a lot of you are saying that you've been experiencing this even before a couple of days ago. For me, it's really Thursday night. Yeah, yeah, I just couldn't fall asleep, and it's been crazy. So, a couple of other things before we dive into tarot. One, Thanksgiving Day at 1 o'clock Eastern time. It's become a tradition. We're going to get together, do a little bit of energy work. So the master teachers will channel through me, and if you're joining the process, they'll reach your energy fields. Basically they want to assist us in this great purge to make it as easy and graceful as possible, so we don't have to suffer a lot of ascension symptoms, a lot of crazy emotional stuff, or attracting a lot of stress from people out, on the outside, or from society, stuff like that. But it's all about gratitude, right? Because we're coming to Thanksgiving, we're in that season. Of course, we should be grateful every day that we're alive. I mean, I woke up, I was not in a war-torn country. When I got out of my bed, it was warm in my room. I have heat. I have food in my refrigerator. So, I just feel, I wake up feeling like one of the luckiest people on the planet, really. And the more we can feel that way, the more we open up those fields for more great fortune to come our way. It's all part of the creation principle, that everything's energy, and whatever energies that we hold, and what's the old saying from Wayne Dyer, energy flows where attention goes. So if we're keeping our attention on what we're grateful for rather than what we're lacking, we're going to open up the fields to attract more to be grateful for. So as we come into Thanksgiving and the season of the turkey, which is the great giveaway to some of the native peoples of the Americas, yeah, as the turkey gives of his or her life, their life, every Thanksgiving, in our ritual of giving thanks and prayers of thanks, it's become, well, it always has been, even before modern Thanksgiving. It's been a symbol of the giveaway, or the potlatch, where we give freely of our heart, and when we can give of our heart, then we receive greater blessings from spirit. So we're going to be doing that Thanksgiving, doing some energy, some frequency work, but also sending lots of prayers for peace to assist in collective consciousness, and these atrocities and these wars, and then focus on gratitude. And good example of like the giveaway, when you give from your heart, not expecting anything in return, just giving because you feel you're part of nature, you're part of flow, and everything is flowing. Like we give, we receive, we give, we receive. It's just part of the flow. So a really great example is I worked with this shaman from Machu Picchu for several years, just doing a weekend retreat. I got the message to give him my most favorite crystal in the world that I had. It was a smoky quartz crystal that had like angels in it, all kinds of phantoms. The light would refract different colors. It's just an amazing, amazing piece. So after the weekend was over, and we did our work and everything. I met with him, and I just told him, I want you to have this. Spirit told me this is, or I forgot how I worded it, but I offered him this. He looked at it and he's like, "Wow, thank you. Wow, thanks." And he's looking at it, and really, really, he picked up on the energy. I mean, this shaman was amazing. He was for a time the chief shaman at Machu Picchu. So amazing, amazing spiritual man. And then he looked at it and said, "Would you mind if I use this crystal to send you more healing, like after the weekend, to continue to send you healing energy?" And I was like, yeah, that would be awesome. But anyway, I bring this up as an example. When you give from your heart, you receive back from spirit. And we don't give to receive, we give to stay in that flow of gratitude, that flow of energy. Remember, gratitude, appreciation, compassion, all these emotions, these high vibration emotions. Gratitude been called the master frequency by some of the quantum physicists that I love. Like I always think of Dr. Teresa Bullard, who I haven't seen her for a while, but she was on Greg Braden's channel, talking. And she started the mystery teaching schools, or she's one of the founders of it. She'd always call it the master frequency, and it makes sense because what happens when we feel gratitude? It's because we receive, right? That's why we feel gratitude, and the universe is the ultimate giver. So when we feel gratitude, we align our frequencies to the ultimate giver, and then that cycle strengthens and continues, and then we become open to receive more. So in spirituality, there's nothing that's complicated. It's all very, very simple. We're just programmed to think in very complex terms, but energy is very simple. Grateful because I receive, the universe gives, it aligns me with the universe. It does not have to be any more complicated than that. And if you stay with these very simple principles and work with them in your meditation, in your spiritual work, you're going to ascend quicker, you're going to have less problems with the ascension, and you're going to attract more in your life to continue to serve spirit. So we serve to be served. So as I serve spirit, spirit gives me more tools so that I can serve on an even higher and greater level. So anyway, that's my Thanksgiving message for y'all today. I'm channeling my Southern guides right now. Y'all, I'm channeling my Southern guides. and that's basically it. So let's dive into some tarot stuff. And I'm gonna peek at your comments too. So what's happening with Colleen? My daughter-in-law chose to be induced today. Oh, congratulations! 40 weeks. There's no health issues. Nice, and congratulations. Yes. Um, and I've never been to Machu Picchu. The shaman came up to Woodstock, for several years in a row. Oh, thank you. So she's on Gaia too. She's just one of the many. I always speak of Dr. Joe Dispenza and Greg Braden. Bruce Lipton is also comes to mind. What's his name? David Wilcox. Of course, Dolores Cannon. But Gaia has a lot of really, really good stuff. But I have to say they attract some pretty funky people. I'm, my style, and some of you found my channel because I've commented on other videos. So part of my style as a YouTuber is I watch videos. If I like the videos and I like the person, what they're saying, and the presenter, I'll add something to the comments, and that kind of sort of endears me to the community a little bit, because I'll add whatever to the video, whatever's coming through. People will comment, but I get so many negative comments from when I comment on the Gaia channel. It's crazy. But anyway, I digress a little bit. So let me see what else. So the refining, what I asked the master teachers, they said that's the refining fire, that there was a new frequency that was added recently, and it's going to be very active till December 12th, they were saying. So that 12/12 portal is already opening, apparently. And what that's doing is it's going deeper. It's a higher frequency. It's dislodging and clearing energy fields or energy pathways that have been cogged and stuck for many lifetimes, many generations actually. So it's a new and a higher frequency. So this, I wrote stuff down because I can never keep it all in my head. Clears deeply, things stuck at core level, deep in collective psyche. Oh, okay. And what they're saying is what we want to do. We want to focus on resetting our energy field. So meditate and rest a lot. Eat light, healthy foods. Through the 12th, and the it'll be intermittent. So we'll get bursts of energy. We'll see reflections of that in solar activity. And part of the November forecast from the master teachers was there's going to be two very pronounced spikes in energy. One right in the beginning of the month that happened. and there was some solar activity, although it's a little redundant talking about solar storms and flares and stuff like that because they're so common right now. But there's that, and then they're saying right around or right before Thanksgiving that'll be the next one, and I think that's happening already. So it's a big spike. We may see CMEs, coronal mass ejections, as a solar response to what's happening through the energetic cosmos through the great central sun, and that's happening. So when we have these solar spikes, it affects our consciousness, it affects our mood, it affects our sleep, but it also upgrades our energy field, and it clears things also. And so I'm see what what you guys are posting now, and we're about to get into tarot. Promise. I'm asking. Yes, we can definitely keep them in the prayers. My family doesn't agree with the inducing. Well, they have to accept it, especially if it's done already, right? And MDR is saying that there's a few spiritual centers here that I can't go to. Too much seeker energy, messed up energy. Yeah, we use discernment on YouTube or on any public platform. There are those that are really what's the right word? Being tactful about it. Well, they'll kind of latch on to any movement, kind of portray themselves as expert for they're really trying to cash in on what's going on. So, but there's always the good ones, and trust your heart. Again, the more we can be in our heart, purely in our heart, then we're less in our egos, less in judgment. Then we can trust our intuition. And I go to so many channels, and I feel it. I definitely feel it. So thank you, Michael, for reminding me to remind you guys to hit the like button. That really does help the algorithm get this information out to more. She's it hasn't happened yet. She's being okay. So we'll send prayers for a healthy. I thought you said above that it already happened. There's a healthy baby, but I must have misunderstood that. All right. So let me do a meditation card. That'll be next on the list. So Thanksgiving Day, 1:00 Eastern time, live. And of course, you can always catch the replay and tap into the energies. Be transmission and prayers for peace, sending energy to the earth consciousness, the collective consciousness, to those that are in charge that really matter. Lots going on in the news. We're gonna see lots more shocking stuff. I just feel and this may not be public yet, but I feel like the governments and are really scrambling to try to catch up with things because there's so much happening quickly that I feel like Spirit's saying they're losing their grip, they're losing their control. I mean, we've been saying that for a while, but it's really reaching a kind of the next phase of that now. Yeah, Elaine Malloy's been on the channel a few times. We'll have her back fairly soon. Actually, I want to have her and Heather do a transmission together. Actually, Elaine Malloy is wonderful. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that. All right, I don't have just breaking my cards into 3 piles. So it's meditating with tarot, as I say every week. Like any other meditation, get very clear, very present, very relaxed. Then you energetically in your mind step into the card. As you step in, you just become aware of the energy shift as you step in, because you're going from one universe into another, basically. And you kind of step in, and what does it feel like? And then what else are you seeing, hearing, sensing, knowing? Are there guides or people around you talking to you? What messages do they have? So each card is a universe unto itself, and we're all our own unique universes, and we kind of connect through what's it called? Something with valence bonding. It's a chemistry term that I'm probably butchering. But as we connect, as 2 human beings, we're kind of like two separate worlds that start to meld, and we can't help but to influence the other people or be influenced by the other person. And that's kind of the energetic foundation of relationships, really. So Diana saying, "Where's our darling Suzette? She's probably sleeping." I'm hearing John Lennon, in my mind saying, "I'm only sleeping, waking in the middle of a dream." Anyway, here's our meditation card. This is go good. Good strong energy and a strong card. Hey, Mikkel. And this is the Three of Wands or the Three of Rods, depending on the deck. This is the Morgan Greer deck. So you can use your own card or or take a mental snapshot of the Three of Wands from the Morgan Greer deck. And as you step in, now what's going on with the energy of the card. Like I said, each card's its own universe, its own reality, so to speak. The figures kind of got those wands. He's sort of looking out towards the mounds. These wands could be his accolades, it could be his experiences. They don't have wreaths. They have, it almost looks like oak leaves, on them, or some kind of leaf on them. And he's kind of in looks sort of like almost like a combination of a scholar and a warrior, uh, basically. So it's almost kind of that combination in a way. So this energy is going to help you to move into your next step, either to plan your next step or to attract like your next step. Wands are often about career, but it's fire. It's basic root or right. The wands is air. No, I got that right. I need water. Whenever my brain jumbles, water brings me back to reality. East, swords are air, pentacles are earth, waters. Yeah, so that must be fire. Yeah, fire, energy, action. Yep, I got that right. Yep. So our energy, our action, basically. So you can step in and ask, what actions should I take to manifest my dreams, or to be more healthy, or to ascend to my next spiritual level, or whatever that it is. Um, something about Mr. Floyd might be working out, or he worked late and he's sleeping. He's in mountain time, so it's 9 a.m. there. Yeah, so some of our regulars aren't in. They'll catch up on the video, or they'll catch up next week. Hmm. And Anna's saying something to Chris here that it's been a bit too much for me, just trying to stay afloat, love and healing energy. Yeah, it has been a lot, and it's interesting how tarot times evolved into kind of a community hangout, because we need to check in. It's the changes are so massive right now. We're really in the heart of it, coming into the heart of it. Things are going to be changing very quickly. um, and this Three of Wands, three is a very special number. 3, 6, and 9. Three and all of its multiples uh, are basically the numeric representation of the forces that act upon the physical universe. So I talk a little bit about the basic numerology of the binary codes that covers the numbers 0, 1, and 2. Basically, everything's a product of 0 and 1. Zero's like the divine yoni, or the void, or the divine feminine. One's more like the divine phallus, or that spark of life that impregnates, basically. So zeros and ones interact, and that's how physical reality works. It's a product of duality, but all opposites are one and the same, and that's where the number 3 comes in. It's those forces that act upon the physical to change those fractals, or those patterns of naturally repeating energy, which is the building blocks of our physical universe. And that happens through consciousness, through spirit, through connecting with force, through connecting with will, through connecting with energy. So there's that also. So as you step in, again, ask spirit, and you may meet up with a guide. You may just get an intuition, or you may just feel like you're floating, or whatever. There's no right or wrong with this, but the idea is you want to step in and meditate, and see what comes, see what you get, or what insights do you get. So anyhow, money flows. Money flows where attention goes. That's true too, because money is a form of energy. Um, And then I'm glad you guys are watching his channelings also. They're very different than mine. Different way of doing it, I guess. It was all complimentary. All good stuff. So let's do our 3-card spread now. I'm missing some of your comments, obviously. Great idea. See what's a great idea. I've got to go way back. Yeah. Okay. So that's being planned as we speak. So this summer we are going to have a retreat in the Catskills. So you must be psychic. So I'll have dates in the next month or two. It's his channel's Mr. Floyd. So Mr. Floyd YouTube channel is Mr. Floyd. To Michael's question, good idea was yeah that. I mean, I live in the Catskills, so and I have a place that I can do it, and it's not that expensive. Also, I talked to her last week, so it's in the planning. There's going to be a retreat, spiritual heart expansion retreat coming to the Catskills. Summer 2024, God willing, and if the creek don't rattle, my inner Southerner's coming out again. All right. All right. So let me just clear my mind a second. I want spirits who pull the right cards for our week ahead. Number 1 is out. Number 2 is out. Number 3 is out. Two. So the first and I trust what the first impression I get is a lot of confusion and chaos. Is like the first impression I get from these cards. They just don't feel very orderly to me. We have the Sun card reversed here. Yeah, we have the Page of Swords. We have the 9 of Pentacles, but it's reversed. And to me, this feels like a lot of either energetic attack or mainstream media attack against our sense of security. So again, a lot of volatility with finance, with money. There's a big reset that's happening. There's different factions, shall we say, that are working to try to change the I don't know what the right word is, meaning of money or the meaning of wealth, the whole trend of money to kind of favor different, people or different, different governments or people. I'm not wording this too well, but expect there to be news this coming week that may be a little bit fear-based when it comes to our sense of financial security. So we may hear about more things like banks shutting down. There's the Niscara. There's the it's actually something that I became aware of back in the 1970s when Jerry Brown was I think what was he, the governor of California. They were talking about that back then. That just from what I understand, it is a plan that's kind of been out there to eliminate the IRS to just boost the sales taxes and to make other financial reforms, basically. That would be a lot more fair and a lot more just. But the big thing is, a lot of people wanted to eliminate the IRS and income tax, and change that to just different forms of sales tax or whatever. So they called it, Michael Marr would know better than me, but and Susan Alba, if she was in, would know also. I think it's called Niscara, right? Um, so we may, yeah, there may be some upwelling of those ideas or ideologies. There's always the attempt to centralize power through money. So we have the World Economic Forum. Again, these are different factions that want different things, and with a lot of these wars, a lot of the money gets channeled into funding wars, away from our pockets, away from some of the social programs that people need, in this and other countries and stuff like that. So we're dealing with a lot of that, and I heard some of Chris was talking about inner conflict, and that's certainly going on within a lot of us for what's being shown in these cards. Dealing with a lot of inner conflict and confusion with mixed message I'm getting about someone I'm connected with on a soul level. Well, my first martial arts teacher was really my only martial arts teacher, I guess. Um, One of his sayings is, "Out of confusion comes clarity," and it's being confused is okay because you're being more honest with yourself. And our egoic nature is because the ego wants to control everything because that's part of a survival instinct. It wants to give us the illusion that we know what's going on, but if we admit that we're confused and we don't know, then we start to tap into clarity. And it's usually simple, and it's usually our own judgment, our own wants and needs that clouds the information, or clouds what's going on. So Chris, in your case, it may be with your soulmate or whoever you're referring to on that level. Thank you for the clarity, Nasara, I guess. Sarah, thank you. That's what it's called. um yeah, there's other things. I have to go back and research these things. It's just like I wish I had more time to see what's going on in the news, because I want to be able to, not that I follow it, but it's, we need to know what they're trying to do, and how they're trying to program society. But like I said, the more in your heart you are, the more immune you are to all that programming and stuff like that. So what else? So pages are often news messages. Swords is also communication, it's air. Swords could also be strife. It almost feels like yeah, it almost feels like an angry energy, I have to say. And I think there's been the specter of government shutdowns. I mean, it's happening. There's strikes. There's banks that are shutting down. Businesses are shutting down. It's all coming down, and that's the bottom line. Is that the facades on the world that we once knew are falling, and then once that falls, we can rebuild on firmer and stronger spiritual foundations, because things can be fair for everybody. There's enough resources to take care of this planet if we could only but get together and act in the highest interests of the all, rather than man against man, woman against woman, and all that dog eat dog, all that kind of stuff. And what Michael's saying, it'd be nice if Nasara or something like that would happen. However, as long as deep state is in charge, they will want to centralize bank digital currency. Exactly. And that's where the push and pull comes in. Think of a giant rubber band. That's the time that we're in right now. The more people are awakening. People that are spiritual are getting more spiritual. So that's one end of the rubber band being pulled, and the other end is those powers that be that still want to control things and that still want to manipulate. So there's those that refuse to grow and want to prevent that, and those that are growing, that rubber band keeps stretching until it finally snaps. And I think that's happening. I think in the first half of 2024, even. I feel like Spirit is saying that it's gone pushed ahead in time a little bit, like 2022, 2023 was years ago. It was the timeline. Now it's a little bit later, but a year or two in cosmic time is like a millisecond in our life, in our personal lifetimes. It's still the same thing and the same information. Then the Nine of Pentacles is money and security, and Nine of Pentacles is a very kind of secure card. It's upside down, so expect the powers that be. Not that you need a psychic to say this, because this is what's been happening, but expect the powers that be to really try to get us off of our mark when it comes to feeling secure in this world, and secure with our jobs and our money and our environment and everything like that. Um, and they just pop in my mind that on the news you'll hear everything of what's wrong with the what's the right word, the ecology, with what's wrong with the climate, what's wrong with the world, and everything like that. So we're going to hear, and we continue to hear, a lot about that. But meanwhile, there's also news about what's being done to try to mitigate that to some degree that we don't really hear about. So they want us to really be tuned into more of the fear base and the negative, basically. Um, so it's prudent to have cash on hand. Banks are restructuring. Everything about world currencies restructuring, and there's battles around that, and the wars that go on are a reflection of that. A lot of these wars, they're geopolitical, but they're also financially motivated and based, um, and there's kind of a push and a pull, sort of a tug of war that's going on, and it plays out in the politics, basically. Um, but yeah. So what else? There's a lot of storm clouds gathering here. The sun is upside down, so this is really supposed to be for the next week, but for the next couple of months. We're going to be coming into the next Mercury retrograde in the middle of December, so the approach starts in about a week or so to that. Is huge and expensive too, and Michael saying he's not a financial expert, but even if anyone can afford gold eagle coins, you can buy fractional gold coins, 1/10,000, around 250 before tax. You have is an ounce. That's great advice. And I've been thinking about gold a lot, kind of looking at the prices. It's pretty high right now, but it's probably, it'll trend down and up. Gold is up and down, but it's gonna go up more. I'm pretty sure about that. Um, so the precious metals, hold their value more than currency does, basically, because it's still the standard, even if the dollar's off the gold standard. I don't know if that's part of Nasara, to get money back on the standard like that, but that would be nice also. All right, so what's happening? Plan your Thanksgiving. I'm seeing a lot of chaos, a lot of delays, stuff like that. Thanksgiving week is horrendous enough at the airport, so take that into account. They're saying double tag your luggage and everything, make it stand out a lot, all that kind of stuff. Things like that. Also shows that people around you are likely to be very triggered this week. So there's kind of an energy that people are very easily, what's the right word? Triggered is a good word, and usually with anger and stuff like that. So we always say to stay in your own lane. That's been kind of, for the last 3 years, even that's been a good idea. But I think people are especially triggered. Part of that is these frequencies are so high and refined that they're starting to clear things that have been stuck in our energy field, maybe for thousands of years. It's a very refining, like a test by fire kind of an energy. And as that's happening, we feel like we're stripped. We feel very vulnerable because that we're used to is being stripped away. And when that's happening, then more chi and prana can flow through us. So it's these stuck energies, these patterns that evolve in us and that play out in our day-to-day lives, they're getting removed. They're getting, scoured away, and more energies flowing through us, and it can be very unnerving because we're not used to it, and we feel different, and we wonder, are we getting sick? Of course, if you feel like there's something wrong medically, definitely see a doctor. You don't always assume it's ascension symptoms, but a lot of times that's what's going on. It's just the ascension symptoms of your body changing, your energy changing, and you changing. And part of the purge, what do we do when we physically purge? We throw up, we crap a lot. So it's happening on an energetic level, and it's at a higher, it's not necessarily stronger, it's just a higher frequency. It can go deeper, and it can remove more, and things that have been stuck. They're saying since Egyptian time, since the Pharaoh time. So that's going back like 5,000-6,000 years now. So anyway, so that's really what's happening, and you're going to start to feel things a little bit differently in your body, your physical thing. They're showing me really around the sacral chakra. So they're saying to work a lot with your sacral chakra. We talk about the heart and the brain being connected. I don't talk so much about what with some, I don't know if it's the Taoists or the Tantra people call the second brain, which is really the small intestines, which is linked to your sacral chakra. So you can do like sacral brain coherence also, where you blend those chakras, and what's in between that is the heart. So it's always the heart is always the central point. But look at an image of the small intestine. It kind of resembles the brain, right? And there's yet another kind of brain cell that exists in your large intestine. This is where we assimilate food, and on an energetic level, is where we digest and we assimilate food or nourishment into our systems. So our sacral chakra is a big emotional or energetic processing station of our lives and our bodies. So we want to eat light. We want to drink a lot of water. We want to cleanse now. The more cleanse and the more clear and open we are, the easier we're going to shift. Yeah, the more we resist, the harder it is, basically. So, what else are you guys saying? Let's see the word suicide. This is worth because that's that borders on Sears. Is it just me or is suicide? Oh no, it's not just you. We're losing lots, and lots are coming. This apparently seems to be a prior agreement. I agree with that, Anna, um, and yeah, a lot of people are, and everything you want to eat or not asking anything. The diet is switched. Yes, absolutely. It's not always MDR saying it's not always a contract. Um, yeah, that's all a matter of perspective, though, because time really doesn't exist in a linear fashion. So in a way, everything that's happening now has already happened. Um, as we make different choices, it changes how that happens. All we can do is choose for ourselves. We can't choose for the other person. But so it's all that's all part of it. But in any event, let me not digress too much. Suicide, yes, is a has been on the rise. I as I do mediumship, I get so many suicides and drug overdoses coming through. Very, very common. Um, People are dying. A lot of them are going to the other side to assist in our global ascension from the spirit world. And we're saying we cannot eliminate the things that trigger us, but we can change our responses to them. Exactly. Yes. And horses can trigger hope, and I strive to change their response to their human taught triggers. Absolutely. Good point there. Lower Dan Chen, yeah. So the Han Chen or lower Dan Chen. In the martial arts training, it's called the Tan Chen. Yeah, lower Dan Chen. Exactly, yeah. It's the combination causing it, but realize some are suicided. Yeah, and one size doesn't fit all. So, we can kind of debate that, and we all have our own personal experiences that colors our perceptions. So we have to be aware of that also. Um, so anyways, yeah, so we may feel differently. The idea, for this week It's just know that people may be especially irritable out there. Plan for that. Have a plan B for your travel. Leave extra time. I mean, that's a good rule of thumb. Any Thanksgiving, obviously. It just feels like everybody's so ungrounded, and I think that's the other message from this. It's very ungrounded energy. So I feel like Spirit is telling us every day do some form of grounding or earthing. Tree meditations are great, and my earthing meditation is great. That's on my Power Attunements program. All this stuff, but we want to be very grounded. So I do my grounding through the sacral. That's actually part of Kundalini yoga. That apparently, at least according to my teachers, Kundalini is really not just in the root, but in the sacral chakra also. And the Kundalini energy comes down and activates the root, and then the serpent energy rises up through the three nadis, to the third eye and the crown, and then expands in the lotus of 1,000 petals into infinity. So um, so in any event, grounding, through the sacral is what they're saying. Feeling your sacral chakra right below your belly. Just being very very solid, being very breathing from your diaphragm. Inhale, exhale, then bring the energy through your root. It can be through your legs, through your Earth Star chakra, the energetic chakra below your feet, into the Gaia Star chakra, or the Gaia Gateway chakra, I think it's called, but by any other name. There's a personal chakra that blends with the Earth chakra, deeper down into the Earth, and that creates a oneness through the planet, through the Earth. So when we do a lot of our frequency work, they're having us kind of join at our individual Gaia gateway chakras, because that connects us through the earth vibration to all beings on planet Earth, including Mother Earth herself. So being very grounded is going to really help, and that's going to help to facilitate those changes. So we don't have to do anything. Frequency is doing it for us. This is the part of the Great Awakening. All we need to do is show up as our best selves, get very grounded, very open at the heart, and just allow Spirit to do its thing. Breathe through the discomfort, because it's not going to be comfortable. Purging thousands of years of negativity, how can that be fun and comfortable? Well, it can be fun, but discomfort's part of it. But it's all how you frame it. You see, if you and this is, maybe I'm correcting myself a little bit, because if I'm calling it discomfort, we're setting the seeds to be uncomfortable. So it's all how you frame it. And it's not discomfort, it's change, it's energy moving. That would be a better way of putting it. And then breathe through anything that the ego would perceive as uncomfortable, because our egos are here to keep us alive in our physical 3D reality. Anything that's out of the the sequence of the norm, that's out of our routines, becomes uncomfortable to the ego. But it's not uncomfortable, it's just how our ego perceives it. So when we're in our heart, it's not discomfort, it's just shifting, it's just energy, it's just frequency. And that's going to really help a lot also. Yes. So anyway, I know it's getting late already. Uh so who that has more knowledge of yoga philosophies than I do, saying she from the root, the ounce, but once she's awakened, she starts to reside in the next two chakras, launching, I guess, from the sacral. Indeed. Thank you for that clarity. Appreciate it, and appreciate you. Thanks for being here, all of you. Um, so let me pull one from the Native American deck also. My cards are all crazy today. What's going on here? It's just a couple of cards that are upside down. Oops. I don't have to go any further. Just the card just jumped out. And this is Corn Maiden. I think we've gotten this one before. Two of Wands, I think. the corn made and kind of turning the corn to what, like flour or mill or something like that. Milling the corn basically. So it's kind of like the metaphor I'm seeing with this is taking the energy or chi or prana being the corn, and as you mill it, it becomes something that's what's the right word, not sustainable, but that's God, there's a word I can't think of. That means it's time for more water. Assimilatable, is that even a word? But it's bringing energy, like frequency, into some form that we can assimilate it into our experience, and that's what I'm being shown in this card right now. And there's a lot of symbolism up here. um Even with my glasses, it's hard to catch all of this. um Looks like it's in the mesa also. There's different arrows pointing in different directions. It looks like there's a different kingdom. But anyway, and corn, is the sustenance. So it's kind of taking frequency, making that spiritual sustenance. So we are the alchemists. We can change energetic lead into gold through our vibration, our frequency, and our intention. So, and also it's another energy, it's more wands. So that would be, how to deal with these energies. Again, grounding and allowing these frequencies to start to assimilate in our energy fields into something that's going to be useful to us, that's going to sustain us spiritually through these massive earth changes that we're entering into, and these changes in society, and the pressure to the powers that be to try to get us to conform and to be part of the metaverse, and to be transhumanized, and to see AI as our God rather than spirit as our God, and all that kind of good stuff. So anyhow, there's also a very community feel that comes up with this. So again, connecting with like-minded people, we're stronger in numbers, obviously, and we can support one another, and uh and that's part of the whole process, part of the division. So we're part of the refinement. It's a division in a sense, and we see that on different levels. A split between 3D and 5D, or old Earth and new Earth, or as Dolores Cannon explains it, a timeline shift or a reality shift, where we have a choice in going into one reality or staying in the old reality. And we see that in a lot of different levels. Do we want to be more, continue our human evolution, and develop spiritually through the human experience, or do we want to sacrifice that in order to be part of the trends in society that augments through technology, and who controls the technology would be the big question around that. So anyway, we've got other things to look at. Let's see. This would be Kyle, great angels and ancestors. Hard. So as I recall, if they come and go, and some issues for a week now with postnasal. Good, good, good. I'm glad that you're better. And as soon as I think, mm, crazy card, crazy, crazy, crazy. Yes. Um, SG. I'm not sure what SG is, but 5G is aggravating allergies big time. That you have smart meters. I don't even have my shungite with me. It's in the other room, but having shungite around, helps with that, and the not the Tauruses. What are they called? The orgons that have the crushed crystal and the copper. Um, they experimented with that, back when it was, I think, 4G, and they found when they had those around the cell towers, the birds weren't dying as much. So yeah, I have an orgone pyramid by my bed. So we have to take into account, that the artificial frequencies affects our energy fields, and so it's good to be able to get away from that. Remember, nature restores very quickly. So, and any perturbations in our energy field, holes in our own personal matrices, as it were, our auric fields, um, and changes in the frequency that technology causes. Going out into nature just like 10 minutes and just breathing and feeling the air cleansing you, feeling the flows of nature going through you, just being able to meditate, get present. That's where it all starts. When we get present with heart, present of mind, we're not thinking anymore. We're just breathing. We're just present. We're open and feeling the flows. Then that's all you have to do. Nature's gonna clear and restore that. So you folks that are in the city, you can find nature. If you can't get out, bring nature to you. That's the other thing. You can visualize, like when I say visualize, experience, like I lived in the city for years. I mean, I go to Central Park, but I lived in Manhattan, and I mean, you can find nature, you can find trees, but I would bring nature to me, and I would feel the wind blowing away, stuck energy. I'd feel the sun hitting my skin and being one with it. I'd feel like water washing me. I'd feel the earth. Even if I'm in a high rise, I'd establish my roots through the earth, and I'd feel that, and I'd bring the energies of nature to me. We can do that also, because no matter where you are, you're never separated from nature. That's just an illusion. But when you can physically step out into nature and physically allow that to happen, it can be even stronger for you. But again, if not, bring nature to you. It's all good. So cornmeal, yeah, thank you. That's what this card is, cornmeal. So the making the cornmeal, yeah. All right, so the Kyle Gray message would be shaman, trust in higher force. And no, shamans are energetic alchemists also, right? And are very connected to nature and work with the flows of nature to help heal people. So that kind of goes along the lines of what I'm saying, is that we can work with nature to help restore and heal. You can bring it to us if we can't go to nature. Good meditation where you feel that you're in nature and feel these things. Really, that's the next best thing, in a very close second to actually physically being out there. He's got the medicine shield also, so that's cool. He's got looks like owl feathers. Owl. I had a friend who did a lot of shamanic healing. Well, have a friend. I just don't speak to her as often as I used to. Named Jen Bergeron, who used to have these beautiful owl feathers that she would like do smudges with and cleanse your energy field. So there's that energy also with these. And there we go. So shaman, we're all shamans. Trust in the higher forces. So that's the message. When we can, trust in that which is not familiar, but that which we know in our heart, right? So frequency of the week time. Hi, Jamie with Aria. Welcome. Frequency of the week shall be, according to Spirit, frequency of the week shall be this one. And this one says perception, key 35. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, and deep look at it. And it's number 35 in this deck. So the meaning is really in the sacred geometry itself. Just take a moment to gaze at the center. Just feel the energy, the geometry washing over you, and allow that to happen, and just feel that. So perception is very powerful. The way we see things shapes the reality of what is, basically. So there's that. Just banging everything. And I made medicine cards today, so let me do an animal totem also. That'll be this one. This one is a raccoon, number 46. So raccoon, we've got raccoon before. They're sort of the Robin Hoods, right? Very resourceful, beings. So we got this. I think this is the third time I pulled raccoon in tarot time. I mean, it could be just to be aware of and to watch out for people trying to take things from you. But generous protector. So raccoon medicine carries the medicine a protector of the underdog and providing for the young, affirmed, and elderly, often called the little bandit by southern tribes. So, anyways, you get the idea. And you know, I just kind of feel like maybe part of the message is to connect with this totem, and because in a way we're sort of the underdogs in a way. We're people that follow spiritual path and tend to be shunted or maligned by society basically, and we kind of become sort of the underdogs in a way. So to know, I think it's sort of a message that great spirit is keeping an eye on us and watching out for us and helping us through. So that's basically the energy of that. And they are thieves, right? They are little thieves. So last but not least, I've got angel therapy cards today. So let me see what the message is from that. Yeah, I was always like the underdog, too, which is good in a way. It's sort of like being underestimated can actually be a great strategy to play on that. Also, so what we have here, we have emotional sensitivity, and no, she's not X-rated, so I don't have to cover any naughty bits or anything. Feel like a Monty Python skit all of a sudden. Honor and respect your deep sensitivity is a gift to us all. So when the world tries to get us to shut down and to try to feel, and that's really, this is a good thing to talk about to come full circle. It's like part of this refining energy, that's higher frequency. Part of what it's teaching us is how to really feel again, because we lost that ability. I mean, we feel to some degree, obviously, but a lot of us were made to feel guilty and shameful for what we felt as a child, for example. Like I wish I had $1 for every time I heard from my parents, "Stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about." So that's a good example. I'd be a millionaire by now. I cried a lot when I was a child, and that's part of emotional sensitivity, right? And it's a gift. Our emotions are our power. It's energy, emotion, right? The letter E in the word motion. So emotions are really originate in frequency, and as humans, we experience the emotions through the hormonal releases in the body that these energies cause. So, in essence, energy is nothing more than chemicals in the body, and which people get addicted to. But maybe that's a wrap for another day. But we can get subconsciously addicted to drama, to pain, to fear, to all these different emotions because they're drugs. We're pharmaceutical companies of many origins within our own bodies. But the point of the card is that our deep sensitivity is a gift, and we need to learn how to feel again. And doing the heart brain coherence and really working with that really starts to open that up. A lot of us have felt a lot of pain. We felt guilty and shameful for what we were feeling growing up. All that stuff causes us to shut down. In my case, it's kind of like I had to learn to hold the tears and not to cry, and as a way of fitting in with my peers and everything. And that's really blocking a lot of energy and a lot of feelings. So it's taken time and a lot of spiritual work to open that up again. And it's just like when it started to happen, it's like, oh my God, it's like I never realized how much I shut my feelings down. And there's so much power in our feeling, being able to acknowledge it. It's our, basically it's our spiritual essence expressed through our human, our human vehicles. So anyway, your emotional sensitivity is a gift to you all. Again, there's a lot of negative people emotions. We'll feel challenging things. Fear is fine. It's an emotion that we feel. Anger's fine. Frustration, all that's fine. But if we don't allow ourselves to feel it, we'll never transcend that. We'll never work through it, and we'll be stuck in those lower survival-based emotions. So don't feel guilty if you're angry or pissed off or want to yell or want to cry or want to scream. You don't feel like you shouldn't. Basically, allow yourself to feel what you feel, and that's going to help this energetic purging that we're experiencing to do its thing. And that is what I have for you today. Oh, you like that? That's from when I used to watch Monty Python's Flying Circus, and back in the day, they'd be like the naughty bits. um, yeah, I like that expression. Oh, thank you for being part of the fantastic energy in this community. Yes, Thursday, 1 p.m. That'll be our live Thanksgiving transmission. We're gonna send lots of prayers for peace. That does work. That's been proven that the more people that pray for certain outcome or certain quality, that humanity trends closer to that. They've done experiments and seeing violence diminishing 30 to 40% at a time by doing that. This was when I was still doing these on Facebook. This is actually before or when I was starting YouTube, but we had a bunch of people come on there. There's about 50 or 60 of us, so we were a small group, but others were doing the same thing. And this was during like the Black Lives Matter riots that were going on. So we all got together. We prayed for peace. The violence ceased that night. It was down about 60% from what I could gather on the news anyway, which I know is incomplete. But the point being is that it works. So there's a lot of messages I've been getting from the master teachers. That's going to be part of a video that's going to be released the last Thursday of November. No upload on Thanksgiving, by the way. The last upload on shadow work integration is up. 3 new exercises for you. Highly recommended during this time. So I'll post that on the pinned comment. And then in this video, we're gonna talk about what they're saying and what we need to do during the winter months to continue our spiritual process, to continue to empower and to continue the clearing. So that's coming up also. So yeah, have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everybody that was here today. And thank you. Alone being so cute. Thank you, Mikkel. And love you guys. See you next time. Bye.